So I've been feeling a little lost. And maybe lost isn't the right word, more like not sure of which direction to go in. And I know I'm overgeneralizing things here when I say this, but I feel like I've just been surrounded by so many people who feel like they have it figured out. On my end of things, it's made me feel like everybody's in on a joke except for me. I feel like I don't have a clear, exact path of where I want to go. There's so many things that I want to do with my life, but it feels like I don't have the right motive to get there. COVID was a weird time for everyone. I think the mania and mental displacement of the entire thing really set a lot of people off track. It definitely set me off track. In one hand, I was understanding myself in such a deeper way than I had ever done before. And I'm so grateful for all of the things that I felt like I was enlightened to about things that I wanted out of my life, out of myself, out of my community. But on the other hand, I feel like it really threw me for a loop. I felt like I was completely reevaluating the way I wanted to move through the world, the way I wanted to be myself. I ended up just feeling like I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with myself, and I still don't. Life feels a little bit like it's in limbo. I love my life. I live in New York City. I have beautiful friends and community. I get to make art and spend a lot of my time doing things that I like to do with my own volition. I have so much autonomy, and I'm so happy and grateful for that. But it still feels like something's missing. It feels like all of my efforts still aren't enough, and that it's not pushing me forward. But I don't really know where forward is for me. And I get so hard on myself. Am I not doing enough work? Am I not meeting the right people? Am I not spending my time how I should, being more productive? If I just stopped scrolling on my phone, would something happen? Would something make more sense? Would something be different for me, you know? Not knowing the answer to all of these things just makes me wonder, do I even know what I want? And I swear if I hear one more person say, that's what your 20s are for, I know that this is supposed to be a time in my life where I'm figuring things out, but as I'm entering my late 20s, I still feel like I'm behind, like I should be further along. And this is all probably some deep internal problem. I recognize that, but I don't know. I feel like I've been thinking about it too much recently. Okay, so my problem isn't that I don't have a lack of direction, that I don't know what I want to do. It's that I have so many things that I would be happy doing, and I don't really know exactly which one to pick. And I feel like so many people say that this is a strength, that it's good for you to have so many interests. But to me, I feel like it's hard for other people to pin me down. On one hand, people like you having 10 different hobbies, and on the other hand, it feels like if you have not been doing this one specific thing for 10 years consistently and you're not great at it, then you aren't qualified enough for the job. You aren't focused. You don't have a direction. And when I sit down and just try to think about what I want to do with my life, I just get overwhelmed. I have too many interests. I like doing a lot of different things. I love the work that I've done in film over the years. I love the practice of photography. I love working on graphic design projects, and the freelance work that I've done for that has been really gratifying. I've written a book of poetry, and I have another one that's ready and on the way. In 2022, I co-founded an online queer literary publication. I've always been a big reader. I'm really into books. I spend a lot of time outdoors. I mean, you get the point. I just like doing a lot of different things. I just feel like art is something that's always been really hard for me to maintain a specific practice in one area. It's always been this very expansive, ever-changing thing for me. I don't know. I just feel like you're doing yourself a disservice if you're boxing yourself into one thing. But maybe that's just me, and maybe that's my problem. Passions and feelings are ever shifting, and you're doing yourself a disservice if you ignore that, if you don't lean into that, because there's so much that you can pull from yourself when you allow yourself to be expansive and open to new things. Uh-oh, now it's raining. Anxiety is a whole other conversation. I'm always reevaluating my relationship to my anxiety, how it affects me, how I react to it. Within the past 5 years, my late 20s have really been a deep dive into understanding how to live with it properly, how to have a conversation and a dialogue with it that is productive and moves me forward. It's something that's made it really hard to fight the resistance of making art. And I know that so many people deal with this. Every time I feel like I work myself up towards putting something out or sharing a thought, voicing an opinion, whatever it may be, I feel defeated before I even do it because I don't want to add to the noise. I feel like it's not really worth it. This new realm of feeling overstimulated by social media is a conversation that is truly exhausted itself. But I don't think I truly understand how much energy it takes from me, how it affects me, how it spikes anxiety and depression. Some days I'll wake up feeling pretty good. Like I want to attempt a project, I want to share an idea, whatever it is. And then all it takes is opening my phone and scrolling for an hour on the couch. I'm met with all of the successes and accomplishments of other people out in the world doing other things, this constant noise of seeing what everybody else is doing and comparing it to what I'm doing in that current moment. And it just makes me feel terrible. Whenever the noise just gets way too loud, all I can think about doing is wanting to go and hide and escape from it. I feel like that's always been my nature, is to withdraw and self-isolate and find a way to reflect on what's going on and preserve myself, which is a double-edged sword because it can be a source of creation and deep reflection, but it's also a place of loneliness and there's not a community aspect to it. But I've always felt that when I'm by myself, I can do my best thinking. And it's become this meme to want to completely cut yourself off from community and social life, move to a cabin in Vermont and hide away for the rest of your life. But to be honest, I really feel like I could do it. I think I would love that. I probably wouldn't last a week. But hey, it's the thought that counts. I think I could do it. Maybe that's a really bad way to think about it. But most of the time when I go and hide, it's in places like these. It's in nature. It's the one place that I consistently find deep meaning. I find so much love for myself and my experience of life being out here. There's nothing that compares to this for me personally. There's nothing that makes me feel this way than being out in the middle of the woods. There's that sense of lightness that people always want you to find in your life, and I feel like I find that here. As silly as this all sounds. I love the quiet. I love being out and listening to all of the sounds. It feels like in this current climate, there's always something that needs to be fixed. Fixed with the world, fixed with politics, fixed with culture, fixed with you. Just the onslaught of how to do daily tasks more efficiently, how to buy tools online to help you live better, what outlets you need to be paying attention to that are giving you the right information. There's so much noise around how you should be living, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think that it just causes a lot of confusion when there's so many voices all talking at once. Consuming has become this like buzzword. Are you consuming this or that? Are you consuming the things that are going to help you be a better person, that are going to help you live better? There's so much pressure to become the perfect human being, and it's just so impossible. It can be really helpful, but it's also extremely exhausting. So perhaps this is all just another thing I need to work on by myself. I'm aware of that. I think I'm speaking more to the external factors that are affecting this, right? Dude, I don't know. The self-critical side of myself is telling me that this is a waste of time and that I just need to sit down and do it. And maybe that's the right answer. Whatever. It's weird that sometimes life ends up feeling so short. And other times you look down the road and it feels endless. And what do I do with all that time? And why do I feel so much pressure to do so many things with that time? Does that mean I'm doing something wrong? Does that mean I'm doing something incorrectly? Am I just not chilling enough?